The French government is rushing to pass a budget before the end of the year, and there is one more key vote that's being held today. For the latest on that, let's bring in France 24's Antonia Kerrigan, who joins me live from the French Parliament. Now, Antonia, this is not a done deal yet, but is the Prime Minister Sébastien Lecornu about to pass a social security budget against all the odds?
Well, it's, as you say, nothing is safe yet for the Prime Minister. What we need to tell our viewers, though, is this bill that's being voted this afternoon, it is not a popular bill. It's one that promises to reduce the social security deficit in France through a number of austerity measures, including lowering the upper limit for state-reimbursed healthcare, tightening up rules on long-duration sick leave, and also freezing pension payments against inflation. Sébastien Lecornu has nevertheless managed to get opposition party, Socialist Party, on side by promising them in return the suspension of the very unpopular 2023 pension reform. That's what allowed this bill to pass in Parliament last week, albeit by a hair's breadth, by just 12 votes. You'll then be wondering why we're doing it again today, and that is because since then it was sent to the Senate rejected the document, and so it's back here to give Parliament a final say. That's the budgetary headache that's been ongoing in France for the last 3 months. Now, so Sébastien Lecornu may be in for a success this afternoon, but he'll be hoping against hope with just 12 votes margin last week. He'll be hoping against hope that no fresh opposition springs forward today and that none of those abstentions have second thoughts.
All right, Antonia, let's say that this is indeed voted through today. If there are any celebrations, they look set to be short-lived.
Well, that's quite right, because that's the social security budget. It's important, but the main budget remains to be seen. These are two separate documents, and what we know is that the main budget promises drastic budget cuts, more than 30 billion euros worth of savings, and it could get even more austere than the measures we've already heard about by the time the Senate has sent the final document back to the National Assembly. The Senate are broadly more right-leaning than the National Assembly, and there's no real carrot. There's nothing really to buy the votes of left-wing lawmakers in this main budget, in the way that there is this promise of a pension reform suspension in this afternoon's vote. So there's no real obvious majority for next week's budget, and there's no real carrot for those who might vote it through gritted teeth. So let's say he wins a victory today. Extremely tough waters ahead to get France a budget by the end of the year.